So not a lot of people know this about me. I was unfortunately born with a gene, a personality trait. Some might even venture to call it an incurable disease. And that is the fact that I unironically really enjoy musical theater. I know. As you can probably tell from my surroundings, my interest is, it is broad, but it's also niche.
So I want this video to be accessible to everyone. I know it will mainly only be watched by people who know me, and those people will already be uncomfortably aware with what falsettos is. But just in case you don't know, today I'm actually going to be talking about the Marvin musicals, which is a trilogy of one-act musicals. So there's In Trousers from 1979, March of the Falsettos from 1981, and Falsetto Land from 1990. And those last two shows, March of the Falsettos and Falsetto Land, they got combined together and altered a little bit, and they made one two-act show called Falsettos. And it's very uncommon these days for those two to be performed separately. So generally the only performances you would see today would be In Trousers or Falsettos. Sort of like this. It's this sort of situation. So generally the trilogy revolves around this guy called Marvin. Big surprise. The general premise is that Marvin has just left his wife Trina for another man called Whizzer. And he also has a son called Jason. And then Trina gets remarried to his shrink called Mendel. And then also they have next door neighbors who are lesbians. And it's sort of about coming of age, it's about gender roles, it's about love, it's about family, sex, baseball, bar mitzvahs. And then also eventually it's about grief. Spoilers! Why is this show so important to me? You know, a fun fact about me is I have this thing called autism. My brain just sorta. So my collection journey started off as I just wanted to collect every physical version of the cast recordings. But then I went on eBay and I saw what was on offer there. And that was not a fun blow to my bank account. My savings really took a hit. I'm gonna go show by show and let's start off. So this is exciting. I'm 99% sure actually the first thing I purchased. This is the original In Trousers cast recording. It's also the only cast recording of In Trousers. This cast recording, it was recorded on April 28th of 1979. Got it on Discogs. I think it came from Canada, which is always exciting. These things, they come from all over the world. I don't know how this got to Canada, but it did. And the reason I actually purchased this was not because I was on my collecting journey yet. I didn't even know that I wanted to start collecting. This is the little slip that the record comes in. There's the record. Here's the back. But the reason I bought it is for what it comes with, which is this here lyric sheet. How incredibly cool is that? I got this because, well, okay. In the olden times, you can't put an unlimited amount of music on vinyl record. And back in 1979, in fact, you could only put an hour of music on a record. So they had to speed up these songs. They had to cut the first song, a very opening, and they had to cut, there's like this whole spoken word bit right in the middle, which is actually my favorite part of the show, called How America Got Its Name. And they had to cut that. It's not in the cast recording. At the time, I thought How America Got Its Name from this version had never been published anywhere but this sheet. I then learned that that was wrong. And in fact, we're gonna see some more of that later on. So I bought this just for this lyric sheet, so that I could read How America Got Its Name. The thing about explorers is they discover things that are already there. Columbus closed his diary and went ashore. So this is the CD release of In Trousers. This is actually from 1996. Here she is. I got this one on eBay from a certain someone living in New York. Now, when I bought this off of eBay, there was no image of it in the description. It was just like a lady smiling lying on some grass and then text that was like, this item's in stock, but it did come. Well, first of all, something cool about this CD is that there's a bonus track on it. There's a song in the trilogy called I'm Breaking Down. It was originally written for In Trousers, but it's actually most famous for being in falsettos. My favorite thing about this CD is that there's a mistake on the back, and instead of saying Marvin's final words from How America Got Its Name, it says Michael's final words from How America Got Its Name. Girl, who's Michael? Who the fuck's Michael? Who's Michael? I would love to talk to someone who was responsible for that CD because I would love to know whose fault that was. So that's all I have for In Trousers. I think that's all there is to have for In Trousers. There's probably some like ancient booklet from Playwright Horizons. I haven't been able to find it anywhere or find any evidence of it anywhere. So let me know if you have it. I would love it. Pretty please. Oof. Beep that out. So next up we have March of the Falsettos. This is the vinyl. This is from 1981, when the show was shown. I ordered this right before I left for holiday in London and Paris. And so it arrived when I was away. And when I got back, like 30 hours sleep deprived at 1 a.m. Melbourne time, I sat down at my desk. It was sitting there at my desk. I went, I have to open this. First of all, the record itself comes in this super cute DRG Records little slip, which I think is awesome. I never see like customized slips like this. Well, I mean, I do. That's a complete lie. Ignore I said that, because that's a lie. Guys, are you kidding me? Are you fucking seeing this? Like, I can't believe they went off so hard for this. Fun fact about In Trousers, people were not crazy about it when it first came out. But obviously people liked March because they did all this. Fucking wow. They use this picture of William Finn a lot. And I think it's so fucking scary. It looks like he's an axe murderer, like living in the woods. He looks like he's about to lure me into his cabin and stab me through the heart several times. I also love this pic from Thriller First Love because look how cunty that is. Like they were serving before they even knew what a serve was. This has a little thing written by, I think, Andre Bishop. And I think he says, yeah, he says here, I do not know if there will be a third Marvin musical, but I do know that we will all be hearing and singing the words and music of William Finn for years to come. And I think that's really cute because we are. I will not be able to fucking handle it when William Finn dies. I'm gonna be real sad about that one. This is the CD of March of the Falsettos. This is interesting because it was actually released in 1992. 1992 is the year that Falsettos went to Broadway, so maybe they were just trying to like capitalize on the increased interest in the music. It's pretty similar to, oh my god! Oh. Can I show you my room? Oh my god. No mistakes in here. No one's called fucking Michael in this one. Now this is where we get excited because I get to start showing you my playbill collection. Although neither of these are playbills. This is from sometime in 1981. We don't know what month, but it is from when March of the Falsettos was at Playwright Horizons. Look at that, a new Marvin musical by William Finn, directed by James Lapine. Look at that line spacing on that, womp womp. Next up is a show bill. Nobody tell playbill. Actually, I'm so confused by this because it lists 2 different theaters. Was it named both of that, or was it at both of the theaters? Or the 2 theaters combined, or did the theater change names halfway through the production? I just want to know what the story is there. And I could probably find out by Googling, but I'm feeling a little bit lazy today. So this one's from November 1981. I'm trying to see if I can find, there it is. March of the Falsettos. Our next show is Falsetto Land. There's no vinyl for this release, but we do have this CD. I love this because it comes with a, like, feedback slip that you can like mail to them. You see that? Oh, there it is. Look at that. This is a different picture of William Finn, but it's also threatening in a kind of different way. It's less lumberjack, but it's still, I still feel unsafe. There is a mistake in here. Yeah, it goes, I want lobster, catered kosher, no can do, pink is my help me favorite color. And then Marvin's meant to say why, but instead he doesn't say anything. But look how cute this picture is. Look at him go. Next up we have the cassette. This is the only cassette in my collection. There is a picture of Michael Rupert holding a March of the Falsettos cassette, but I have not been able to find evidence of that anywhere else on the internet except that one picture of him holding it. Yeah, I've never purchased a cassette before. But here she is. And again, it has this threatening picture. No other pictures, may I add. Nobody else gets a picture. Only William Finn. And I love when they list the band, they write teeny tiny band. How cute is that? So I have 2 playbills for Falsetto Land. This is the first one here. This is from when the show was in Playwright Horizons. This is from July 1990. And it has a vodka ad on the back. Wah, wah. Now this is a very cool playbill because it comes with these. First of all, it comes with a list of all the musical numbers in the show. And it's got like that old-timey fucking like brownness around the edge. Like when you're doing a school project and you're trying to make a map look old. And then it also has background notes for Falsetto Land where it explains what happened in the first show, because these shows are not shown together. So this is from when Falsetto Land was at the Lucille Lord Hall Theatre. Lucille Lord Hall. Now this is also a kind of, oh my god, it's that fucking picture of William Finn again. This is cool because it comes with these little inserts. Obviously, at this performance that this playbill is from, the role of Dr. Charlotte was played by Susan Goodman instead of Heather McRae. I wonder what Heather was doing that evening. Heather, if you remember taking a day off in December 1990 and Susan Goodman replacing you, if you're watching this, Queen, let us know what the story was. What was the tea? And then it also has this insert for Scott Orra taking over as the role of Marvin. So that's Falsetto Land. I actually need to put this fucking thing back in. So this one's cool. This is a double CD pack from 1992. And it's March of the Falsettos and Falsetto Land combined into one. But it's not falsettos yet. It's still two individual things. This is from 1992, yeah? I got that right? I'm not right? Yeah, this is 1992. But the interesting thing is they gave me the two different CDs, right? But you may notice that they gave me the same fucking booklet twice. So now I have 3 March of the Falsettos booklets. I mean, I'll take it. Sure. Alrighty, now we're gonna get on to my falsetto stuff. So dig in, because this is the show that I have the most stuff for. I'm gonna start with something a little unusual, which is this pin badge from the 1992 production on Broadway. Then we have this, which is the publication of all 3 shows together. Now this is kind of its own special thing. This is from 1993. This is the 1993 Plume edition publication of all 3 shows together. And it's March of the Falsettos and Falsetto Land edited as they were for the Broadway combination of the two. But then it's a special new version of In Trousers, which isn't the first one, but isn't the second one. It's a combination of the two. And this is where, if you remember, Marvin's final words from How America Got Its Name, or Michael's, depending who you fucking are, is in here, because he chose that version to put in this book. And there is an extended metaphor in this version of How America Got Its Name that is not present in the second one from 1985, coincidentally. Not coincidentally. Columbus, because this is about Columbus, guys, it's a long story. There's this bit about Columbus and he gets like a disease and he has like sores on his skin. So I'm pretty sure that's why they changed it for the 1985 version, but then for this, William Finn was like, nah, that's the right one. But he wrote a footnote in here, which I think is really cool. He wrote, How America Got Its Name was written in 1978, at least 2 years before anyone had heard of a gay plague. What I was thinking of when I wrote it, I have no idea. Fierce. This is maybe the second thing I broke. It's either the second or the first. I can't remember whether I got this before In Trousers or after. But this, I think this is from 1990. This is from 1995. It's almost exactly the same as this, but it doesn't have In Trousers. Actually, there is a small difference in This Is Better Come to a Stop. It's one of them is This Is Going Nowhere and Fast, and one of them is This Is Going Nowhere but Fast. I can't remember which is which, but this playbill is really fucking cool, and let me tell you why. Because this is from a performance of the show before it was open. This is from a benefit for AMFAR, which if you don't know is the American Foundation for AIDS Research. And it came with this little sheet of paper, which is not A4, but its own special thing. It explains their what they do, and then it comes with this list of sponsors and benefactors and the benefit committee. And yeah, as you can see at the top here, it says 2 Acts Against AIDS, the AMFAR benefit preview of Falsettos, Friday, April 24th, 1992, which was a couple of days before the show even opened. This right here is not actually a playbill for the show. I believe it's just the Playbill magazine. I didn't know there was a difference until I purchased this here. This is from September 1992, and it's just, the feature was about falsettos. And I think it has that fucking picture of William Finn in there. Okay, we're gonna get on to, now, you don't have to be familiar with falsettos, but this might ring a few bells for you. If you were on Tumblr in a certain period of time, you'll know what this is. If you get Andrew Rannells and fucking Christian Ball in a show, the lesbians are interested. This is from, oh, I don't think I have the specific month that this is from. That's cringe. Fucking, look at those pictures. Look at Andrew Rannells. Womp womp. I did not like that man. This is actually, I think, really fucking rare. I don't believe there are that many of these in the world. So this is the Falsettos 2016 Broadway cast recording. And this is the only cast recording that exists of Falsettos. Isn't that interesting? You might notice a difference between these two images. This is from the original photo shoot they did where Christian Ball had hair that was too short, so they put him in this goofy ass wig. And he looked so goofy. And he didn't wear a wig in the show. But then they very thankfully reshot it so that he would look less fucking goofy. And they also redid Betsy Wolf's picture because they put her in a different wig. Okay, fucking hell. I think that's it. Fuck me. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, well thanks for watching whatever the fuck that was. I'm going to bed.